चलो Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Students, today we are going to study law of diminishing marginal utility. In our last class, we are talking about the consumer behavior, how consumer will behave in the market when we are analyzing that how he will be able or she will be able to maximize the satisfaction from consumption of different goods and services. So main aim of the consumer is to maximize his utility or satisfaction within his given income and the market prices of the two goods, whatever the goods he is or she is going to consume. Now today, I told you last time about the cardinal approach of the consumer behavior, in which utility can be measured in terms of numbers, whereas I wrote two laws at that time, that there are two laws to explain the consumer behavior by using cardinal approach. The first law, that is about law of diminishing marginal utility. I also gave you some information about total utility and marginal utility. Total utility means what? The total satisfaction gained by the consumer after consuming a commodity. Different units of the same commodity are consumed. So how much total satisfaction he or she is deriving, that is called the total utility. Whereas the marginal utility is the additional utility of an additional unit consumed. How much there will be the change in total utility due to an additional unit consumed, that is called marginal utility. Now we also said consumer is rational. He is rational in the sense that he wants to get the maximum benefit of out of his income spent on different goods, whatever he or she is going to consume. So rationality means he wants to achieve the best options for his consumption in order to maximize the total satisfaction out of his money spent on different goods. Now I am moving towards the law of diminishing marginal utility. Take an example that consumer is consuming different glasses of water within the same time period. He is consuming water or any commodity he or she is going to consume. Take it as a quantity, and the time period is not changing. Within the same time, within the fixed time, this law can be held. If time period is varying, this law cannot be held. So we need to say something that whatever the consumer is consuming, that is within the same time period we have allocated to him, and his tastes are also constant, he is also rational. So in that way, when he consumes the first glass of water, how much total utility he will be gaining? That is the 10 joules of utility. How much joules he is getting? 10 joules of utility. So when he consumes the second glass of water at the same time, his total utility goes to 18. Now come towards the marginal utility. Marginal utility means what? Change in total utility due to change in the quantity consumed, or it is additional utility due to an extra unit consumed. So when he consumes an extra unit, how much is the change in total utility? That is 8. The first unit, when he was consuming 0 unit, his total utility was 0. So for the first unit, his marginal utility was 10. Now what is happening? As he consumes the second glass of water, his total utility moves on to 18. So how much it has changed? 8. So marginal utility of the second glass of water will be lower than the first one within the same time. If he consumes the third glass of water, his total utility moves on to 24. So how much will be the marginal utility of this extra glass of water? 6. How much is there? 6 marginal. The total utility is increased by 6. Now every successive unit consumer is consuming, the marginal utility of every extra unit will be lower than the previous unit consumed. So we say his marginal utility is diminishing if he is consuming successive units of the same commodity within same time period, keeping his income utility of money constant, keeping his tastes are constant. So then whatever the additional utility he or she is deriving, that will be lower than the previous unit. This is what his marginal utility will be diminishing as the successive units are consumed, or we can also say his total utility is increasing but at decreasing rate. The rate of increment is decreasing. Now the fourth unit, his total utility goes to 28. Now marginal utility will be 4. For the fifth unit, his total utility goes to 30. So the marginal utility will be 2. So for the sixth unit, if you see, his total utility remains same. Now marginal utility is 0. So if we still consume the 7th glass of water within same time, his total utility will decrease. Now this is marginal utility will be -3. So when minus sign is attached to the additional utility, it means this is called disutility. Dissatisfaction is gained. There can be the food poisoning to the consumer. As he is consuming more units, his marginal utility is diminishing. And you can see when total utility is maximum, his marginal utility is 0. And when total utility starts declining, his marginal utility will become negative. So can I say law of diminishing marginal utility? It explains that every successive unit, this is the change in quantity, this is change in total utility, which is shown in the form of marginal utility. So marginal utility or additional utility of every extra unit consumed will have the lower value than the previous unit. Or we say, although total utility is increasing, but at decreasing rate, the rate of increment of total utility is decreasing. So I can say law of diminishing marginal utility. This is what it states: the marginal utility of every extra unit consumed, every extra unit consumed will be lower than the previous unit, will be lower than the previous unit, lower than the previous unit. Within same time period, if he is consuming the successive units, it does not mean he has consumed 7 glasses of water throughout the whole day, then this law cannot be had. The time period is very much important. We need to keep it fixed. The time is not changing, then marginal utility will be diminishing. Whatever the thing you are liking more, you can put this law on that commodity and you will see whatever the units you are consuming, every successive unit will be having lower marginal utility than the previous one. So I am going to draw the diagrams of this law. Here it comes, the law of diminishing marginal utility. If we say, what will be the shape of total utility curve? Here I am taking the quantity, here I am taking total utility, so it is 0 here. So when total utility, we draw it, it is like this. First it increases, going to maximum point, then start decreasing. This is the shape of what? The total utility. All right. Now, can I draw it, the marginal utility, in the lower diagram? Here, when total utility is maximum, marginal utility is 0. And after this, when total utility start declining, marginal utility will become negative. Okay. You can find when total utility is increasing, when total utility is increasing, marginal utility is positive. It is a positive value. You can see the table I have shown you. Okay, when total utility is increasing for every extra unit consumed, so marginal utility is positive. And when total utility is maximum, marginal utility will be zero. When it is maximum, marginal utility will be zero. And when total utility is decreasing, marginal utility will be negative. What it is? Marginal utility will be negative. So we say law of diminishing marginal utility says when total utility is increasing, marginal utility is positive. When total utility is maximum, marginal utility will be zero. And when total utility start declining, so then we say marginal utility will be a negative. Okay, can I say if you remember your knowledge of mathematics, what will be the slope of this total utility curve? If we want to measure its slope at this point, can you say a x point, we have to draw a tangent because it is a non-linear curve. So we have to measure its slope by this. This is called what? Change in total utility due to change in quantity. And what will it be? Marginal utility will be the change in total utility due to change in quantity. Can I say marginal utility is the slope of total utility curve? When its slope is we say it is becoming flatter, so its slope is decreasing and marginal utility is decreasing. What will be the slope of total utility over here? So its slope will be what it is? Zero. Marginal utility is zero, or its slope is zero. We can say at this point, at the same unit consumed, minus 6 unit, marginal utility will be zero now. So when total utility starts decreasing, here it is positively sloped, and total utility is increasing as units are consumed. So here total utility is maximum at this 6 unit, and after this total utility will become negatively sloped. That is why we are having marginal utility in the negative area of its diagram. So we say when we want to find marginal utility from the total utility, so what it is the slope of total utility curve. If we find the slope at every point, we will get the marginal utility. So if I say for the first unit, marginal utility was 10. Now for the second unit, marginal utility is 8. So what will be the total utility for the 2 units consumed? 10 plus 8, 18. So if we integrate, if we add the marginal utilities, we get what? Total utility. And if we differentiate the total utility, we will get the marginal utility. So both are interlinked. Those who are studying mathematics, they can say by integrating the different points along this line, we will be reaching towards marginal utility. For the third unit, I said marginal utility is 6. So how much will be the total utility for these 3 units consumed? 10 plus 8 plus 6, that is 24. So if we add up the marginal utilities, we will get the total utility, total satisfaction. And if we differentiate the total utility, we will be getting the marginal utility. So here we can say we are having total utility maximized because we are adding up the marginal utilities of every extra unit consumed. So in that case, total utility will be maximum. And after that, total utility is decreasing. Therefore, marginal utility is also decreasing. So when total utility is maximum, marginal utility is 0. What does it mean? When total utility is maximum, this is called saturation point. Saturation means what? I cannot consume more than this. Saturation point, his total utility is now maximum. If he still consumes an extra unit, his additional utility will be negative. He will be getting any type of food poisoning, or there will be a disutility created by that extra unit after the satiation point. I think it is clear now what is law of diminishing manageability. It shows when consumer is consuming a commodity, so every extra unit consumed will have the lower manageability than the previous one, and his total utility is increasing but at decreasing rate. And when total utility is increasing, manageability will be positive. And when total utility is maximum, his manageability will be 0. And when total utility is decreasing, so manageability will become negative. So this is about the law of diminishing manageability. Now, I come towards another point. Where will be the consumer's equilibrium? Where will be the consumer's equilibrium within this point? Do you think this law is telling us about the consumer equilibrium point? And equilibrium is a stable point. Does it tell us which unit he has to consume? I am writing again the same table. First unit 10, second unit it is 18, third unit it will be 24, and fourth unit it will be 28, and then fifth unit it will be 30. For sixth unit it is again 30, and seventh it is 27. So we say managed utility first unit 10 at 0 unit is consumed, for second it is 8, for third it is 6, 4, and then 2, and then 0, and then -3. All right. So which consumption, whether quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where is the consumer equilibrium? Can we find over here? We cannot find the consumer equilibrium. The reason is price of the commodity is not given to us. So we say consumer, if marginal utility is greater than the price paid by the consumer, like the satisfaction consumer is deriving, he is getting more satisfaction than the price posed for the first unit. His managed utility is 10, but he is paying a price $4, suppose. So he is getting more managed utility for the first unit than he is paying the price. So what happened? He is enjoying a consumer surplus, if you remember the topic of your AS level. So his willingness to pay was higher, but actually the market price was lower. So he is enjoying, he is getting more satisfaction than the price paid. So he is enjoying, his welfare is increasing. He is having more welfare at the time. So he will buy an extra unit. So when he buys an extra unit, second unit, his marginal utility is again greater than the price paid by the consumer. So again, he is having a surplus in his welfare, that the managed utility he is deriving, that is more than the price paid by the consumer. So if he buys the third unit, so his managed utility is again greater than the price paid. So for the fourth unit, can I say for the fourth unit, his managed utility will be equal to the price paid by the consumer? So this quantity, he is buying 4 units, and at this 4 unit, his marginal utility equals to the price paid by the consumer. So this is the consumer equilibrium point, when marginal utility is equal to the price of the product, price paid by the consumer. And if he goes for the fifth unit, you can see his total utility is increasing, but you see his marginal utility will be lower than the price paid. What it is? His marginal utility will be lower than the price paid. So if price is higher than the marginal utility, he will decrease the consumption of that commodity. Fine. Okay. So we see when price is higher than the marginal utility, at that point, consumer will decrease consumption. The point which I want to make over here, that is what we studied, the managed utility and price over here. Price and managed utility are taken. This is managed utility line. If I say this is also the demand line, as I said in our last chapter's lesson, Marnell private benefit line. So this is the price, the $4. For the first unit, his Marnell utility is higher than the price, so he is enjoying this surplus. So for the fourth unit, his Marnell utility equals to the price. So this area we said this is the total consumer surplus. So why demand curve slopes downward when Marnell utility is greater than price? Quantity demand will increase. And when Marnell utility is lower than price, quantity demand will decrease. Okay, very less time. So in that case, we say why demand slopes downward. This is the marginal utility which is guiding the consumer how much to buy at this price. If price is lower than Marnell utility, he will be buying extra unit. And if price is higher, he will be buying less. Therefore, we can say demand curve of the consumer will be downward sloping, and it is showing us the Marnell utility line, which is shown as a demand curve which is downward sloping. And I said it in our last lesson, in last chapter, that Marnell private benefit or Marnell utility, they are one and the same thing. You can write over here Marnell private benefit in case of positive externalities topic, or you can write the Marnell utility. Demand curve slopes downward due to the reason of Marnell utility, due to the law of diminishing Marnell utility. Okay, we are running out of time. So I'm concluding over here law of diminishing Marnell utility and what are the reasons behind why demand curve slopes downward. This is the thing I have mentioned over here. So in our tomorrow's lesson, I will be explaining the law of Marnell utility. Okay, keep it in touch. Understand this law, then you will be able to understand the next law. If you are unable to understand the first one, there will be a difficulty area you will be facing in the next law. That's all for today. Thank you.